a deck profile and some gameplay for the green Piccolo deck. Now, I've been waiting a little bit to do this. I've tested this deck a lot, we'll say. I've tested every variation of this deck so far that you can probably imagine when it comes to the different ramp packages and the different ideas you can go through with it. And a lot of losses. I lost a lot of games just trying to figure out the best possible build. And I think as of right now, I think this is probably the best. And we're probably maybe 1 or 2 cards away from it being, I don't want to say perfect, but something that you can rely on consistently every game. And I'll talk about what those changes are. They're very small changes. But Piccolo it's a very intuitive deck. It's very, I think it's a very high skill cap deck. It's not for someone, I think, just to pick up. I think green right now, outside of androids, is very difficult for anyone to just pick up and start playing. Just because of every other color just seeming to be better, right? And green didn't get worse. Green just didn't get too much better, except when you look at the Piccolo cards. This, conjunction with the rest of the cards from the last 2 sets, Piccolo does sort of form itself to be an incredibly good green deck. Arguably, it's probably better than, I would say, every green deck other than androids, but it kind of has an asterisk to it, I think. Well, that and Gohan. So, like, Gohan has better removal for some of the bad matchups for green, right? Like Jiren. Androids just has kind of a seamlessly better way of ramping. But Piccolo beats androids. I think if you play the deck against someone who knows, same skill level, I think Piccolo should come out on top almost every time. Just because you're paying less to remove their stuff. So we'll go over it. This deck is much better than what people give it credit for. I know me and Tyler rated it kind of in the middle of the pack. This deck is not an F tier deck. It's not the worst deck in the game. This deck just takes a very good green player to play it. And if you don't play green and you play blue and you never touch green, you probably shouldn't play this deck. That's just an example. But regardless, I do think the deck is very good. So I just wanted to give a little praise to the deck because I do think it's much better than what some people have been saying about it. And really, it's just going to take one person just to do well with it in a tournament, and then people are going to start playing it. So, for those who don't know, Piccolo, once you deal damage when you have 8 or more energy, you get to restand, which is really cool. Unfortunately, this is a very late game effect in some cases, but it is very powerful. It kind of forces your opponent to have to combo out of your leader swing, which is normally a safe swing to take a damage on because it's not crit or double strike or anything. So the list is a 51 card list, as most of my lists are. So we'll start with the 2 Kamis, which currently is probably the most cuttable card in the list. I really wanted to have some removal for 1 cost. It's really only good, honestly, into like yellow and red. Everything else, it just doesn't feel as impactful. Like into black, it's okay. Into blue, it's awful because they just recycle everything. And then in green, you're just killing combo power. So it's not that great. This is probably a cuttable card. I'll talk about what I would cut it for kind of at the end of the profile portion of it. Then we have 11 Earthling 1-drops. So we have 4 of the big Balma, is what I like to call her. So this is the 10k combo Balma. 4 of the small Balma. And then 3 of the Roshi. So Roshi allows you to grab back extra cards from your energy. And then you ramp the top card of your deck. The idea of this is that you can charge extra cards throughout the game and then you use Roshi to get those cards back, seamlessly just allowing you to have a second hand almost in your energy. There was a gentleman who commented on my Piccolo video when I was talking about this card and me not understanding how the card functions. And I do, and I might not have explained it to him well in the comments, but I do understand how well this card performed. In that build that I made for the video, I didn't think Roshi was really needed. Now, in this particular form of the build, I think Roshi is much more volatile for the deck. But it's not a 4 of, and I'll kind of show you why. Because we can recycle all of our Earthling cards off of the 2-drop Hercule, which is what you should be playing in most non-Saiyan focused decks. By Saiyan, I mean like a lot of your 1-drop representation. If it's Saiyans, obviously you're not going to play this card. This card allows you on 6 energy, you can add back 2 1-cost cards or less from the drop area with Earthling in their title. seamlessly being a 2-drop version of Pilaf, right? So we can grab back any combination of these Balmas or the Roshi. Honestly, paying 2 to get 2 10Ks back for defense is really good, and this card itself is also a 10K. So for 2 energy, you're getting 30K worth of combo power at the max, or you're just getting extra cards to draw with, or you're grabbing a Roshi or a combination of those, so that way you have some more utility. I run 4 Android 18s. This is a very underrated card for non-Android decks. I think this should be played in, honestly, every green deck right now. 2-drops are very, very important right now in how the current meta is, and having a 2-drop that can pressure while also being able to cycle a card from your deck is really, really good. Green, unfortunately, has a lot of dead cards, and sometimes you just draw multiple dead cards at once. This allows you to sort of fix your hand. Then once you have 6 or more energy, this is also just a hard +1 to your hand, which is really, really good. So one of the changes that I did make, or that I would make, is cutting the Kamis, removing one of these, and adding the 3-drop or the 2-drop Super Saiyan Trunks, which is a 25K that also is a 10K combo. This will allow you to deal with 2 drops a little bit better because you're swinging 25K, so they have to give you 10K combo. And then it's also kind of hard to kill. Unless you're playing against a red deck, swinging a 20K into a 25K, they have to give you a card. They're not going to do that. They're just going to just swing around it, making it a little more sticky, and then you also can use it to, swing back into those 20Ks. The reason why I say that is because this card is really right now our only set of removal for 2 costs. There's a lot of good 2-cost cards in the game right now. You have every color has one. So obviously green has the Android 18. Red and blue have the crit 2-drops. So you have the Vegeta and the Khalifa. Yellow has the Frieza, which is actually probably the worst one right now, surprisingly. And then you have black as Pan. Black also has the Toa or the Tora card, which they probably won't play a lot of. It's more likely going to be Pan. But those are all really good 2-cost cards, right? So this card, you can use it to ramp a card from your drop, and then you can pitch a card from your hand, and then KO at 2 cost or less. This card can also swing into a card, so you can remove 2 cards for the cost of 1 extra card in your hand in playing this guy. What's nice is that the cards you can pitch, the best targets are going to be these Earthling cards, because then you can just pick them back up off the Hercule card. So, I didn't skip this. I kind of skipped this on purpose, but we have the 2 of the Gohan Secret Rare. It's very hit or miss how well this card actually performs. Having multiple of this card in your hand feels really bad, and having one seems probably the best, and you just kind of have to know when to play it. So most decks cannot remove this card on turn 2. So if you can slam this card on turn 2, better yet, turn 1, if you're going second with the marker, then you can ramp on your next turn by paying 2 energy. Once you get the 1 ramp off, this card can probably die. Unless your opponent's really not playing very aggressively and they're just trying to poke at the Gohan, then you just combo out of those swings and then use it as another ramp. And then once you hit 8 energy, if you have one of these on board, this gives your leader a permanent 20k during your turn, which is fascinating because of how your leader works, right? So if you're able to deal damage, you get the restand, which then you get to draw another card. So now they're forcefully having to combo out of your leader swing, which again is something that they don't want to do. Normally you want to take the leader swings. And once their hand kind of dwindles down a little bit, being able to hit them for 40 and hit them for 40 or higher again becomes a little more likely, and you're going to get either more cards out of their hand, or you're going to reduce their chances of winning by taking them down on lower life. More than 2 again is probably too much. I think 3 is probably the perfect cap for it, but I just can't get myself to play more than 2 of it right now, just because everything else in the deck just seems more important. 4 of the KO Gohans, or the KO Han as I call him. Incredibly important card. This allows you to snipe 4 costs or less. In almost every matchup, there's an important 4-cost card that you can snipe. Red's probably the one that doesn't really have any. They more so have 3 drops, and then you have Jiren. But every other deck, like mainly blue and black, have really strong 4 drops with the blue Gohan and then the Goku GT Secret Rare for black. So you can just pay 5 and just pop it and then swing 30k into something else. This is also a 10k card, which is why we stacked up as a 4 of, just so we have extra combo power. 3 droids. Man, I feel weird about running 3. I think 2 is the correct number. I just can't figure out what I want to add for another big boss monster. I might add, because I don't run any Gokus, so the Gohan double striker just doesn't really make any sense. So I have to find something else that I can fit in here. If you guys notice, I'm not playing Broly, and this is done on purpose. Broly is actually it's actually kind of a trap for this deck. Before we get into Broly, though, this card, you pop 2 cards that are 3 or less. This is really good in the red, and really good into black. It's good in the blue early. Green, not so much. Green has a lot of bigger cards. Against droids, it's okay because they do play a lot of 2-cost and 3-cost cards. But everything else, it's just not very worth it. So I am going to have to figure out a way of cutting one of these cards down and for something else. I just have to figure out what that is. Now, for the reason why I don't play Broly is that on 8 energy, if you tap out for a Broly, you should already have you were probably already winning that game as it was to get you into position to play Broly. Broly is not a win more card. I mean, it is a win more card. That's really all it is in this particular deck. Our 8 energy play should be a Piccolo. You should slam a Piccolo for 6. And now you get to activate a 5-cost or less extra card, allowing you to combo, pretty astronomically high and also having some spot removal. If this card dies by KO, you get to ramp the top card of your deck to your life, so you basically get to add a shield. This card's really good in the green because the green decks don't want to remove it, but they kind of have to, or else they're just going to be staring down a 30k every turn. So when they kill it, you get a life. So we play 4 of this because you need to see it. It's a super easy card just to combo off later too if you draw multiple of them, because you're more likely going to play 1 of these per game. If it's a really, really long control matchup, you might play 2. Super combos, that's pretty self-explanatory. Now, I'm going to talk about this card first because this is by far the best reason as to why I play this deck. So Special Beam Cannon, 5-cost extra. You pop any battle card. Then if you have 8 or more energy, you give your leader or a battle card 30k for the turn, turning your leader into a 50k swing. That is without Gohan effect. If you have Gohan effect, you are 70k. And that at that point is basically means you are dealing 2 damage to them, or you're ripping out their entire hand. It's really difficult to combo out a 70k unless you are playing green and you have energy for gigantic meteor or cells, right? That's really the only way you're doing it. Gatlic gun, you still have to give me a Gatlic gun plus like 2 super combos. That's a lot. Now, this card is free with the Piccolo. So in the green matchups, right, if your opponent's they play the droid, they play Cell, they play Broly, right, they're tapping out for that generally on that turn. You now slam this for 6, pop that card with Special Beam Cannon, swing twice for 50k at a base, and then a 30k swing. And then you have 2 energy open, which you can use for gigantic meteors. You also can play a Hercule to draw 2 cards. You have a lot of extra utility that you wouldn't typically have for tapping 8. Let's say the next turn, they kill your and they kill your Piccolo, whatever. You get and you get a life. They play a Broly, whatever, right? Next turn, if you have an access to another one of these cards, or if you have one in your energy, and you play a Roshi, you get the card back. You pop that card again for 5 energy. You spent 6 total energy now if you use the Roshi, and then you're swinging for 50k twice. So as you can see, you're really not having to tap out and exhaust all of your resources, and you still have the ability of spot removal, which is really the whole point of why you're playing Broly. Broly is a 45k that draws a card, pops any card, and swings twice, right? Your leader becomes a 50k that pops something, and then you get to draw twice. So like you're doing the exact same thing, but without having to play the battle card, and you're saving 2 energy. So it's really important to not play Broly in this deck for that reason. Droid is probably about the highest we want to go, which is a 6-cost. Everything else just doesn't feel as good. I thought about trying like the Vegeta skill list, the 7-drop card. Even with 7, it just still doesn't feel as good. I'm gonna probably charge to 9, maybe 10 at a max, and then just kind of leave it from there, right? So like, it just doesn't feel the greatest. Like again, I have to figure out something else to replace one of these 6-drops with. So probably the next round of videos that I'll do with this deck, I'll probably have some other stuff. So, and then the ramp cards, I didn't talk about these, but I have 4 of the ramp extras, 3 destructive strength, and then 1 days of training. So we only have 1 of this because we only really need 1. Once we see the 1, we can always get the card back. So this is kind of a poor man's version of destructive strength because this ramps in active mode, But this also has an activate battle, which is a 40k combo for a leader or a battle card. So this can be used offensively or on defense, right? And then because all of these three are over 3 costs or more, when we Vegeta these cards into our energy, we can then Roshi the next turn and pick those cards up. And then use Piccolo to play them for free. So like you have this really cool way of kind of recycling almost, more than half of your deck with the Earthlings and your extra cards. So you get a lot of versatility. Your hand actually gets really big later on in the game. And other than the Beerus matchup, every other matchup is actually pretty winnable. You will go down in life, and that's not a big deal. You will probably play at 2 or 3 life most of the time. But once you get to that point, and if you're at 6 or 7, once you get to 8 energy and they haven't killed you, the game's more likely over. It's really difficult to kill this deck once you hit 8 energy because you're able to put on so much pressure by just removing their board and then swinging very, very tall with your leader. So I'm going to show you a few different gameplays here, hopefully. Hopefully I get some variety. And then if I have any more good gameplays after this, I'll just post them as single videos and maybe do like a like a replay or anything. But you will at least see 1, maybe 2 gameplays in this video, just kind of depending on how long those are. So thank you guys for watching. As always, like and subscribe again if you guys do enjoy the content, and let me know what you think of the Piccolo deck. And that will do it for me today. And now we will jump into the gameplay. Now we got a Frieza. Change. Definitely want to see some sort of ramp early. If we don't see any ramp, then it's just kind of all right. Yeah, this is pretty good. So what we can do here, we got a pretty like survivability hand. Yeah, I mean our hand's really just based on just surviving early. So we'll do this, put this. Get that down. Put a Bulma in there. Not bad. Okay. All right. See kind of how the rest of this will go. Yellow's sort of been the de facto counter to green. I mean, it has been probably since the beginning of the game. But is it really a counter? Yellow's not super played much anymore. And really what you're going to run into now is if the yellow deck's not optimized to deal with long term, because playing the Ginyu package is not as say not as good, but it's just not as consistent with going into like the current meta with stuff. It's too easy to lose with when you're using the Ginyu package. So I think people are kind of moving away from that, making it more mid-range. So this turn, well, we got a lot of stuff. So we can do, let's charge, we're going to charge a gigantic meteor just because we can't use it this next turn. And we're going to play Gohan. Now Gohan should probably live. There's not many cards that they would play for 3 energy max. There's an Android 18 that I don't think Frieza decks play, but that can tap it down. They can play the one-drop Frieza, but I am going to combo out of it to save it, so yeah. Now they can use like the new energy absorption card, which is really good. They can just tap it down and then tap 1 and then it can't restand, so that's kind of cool. Let's have to see what they do. So you also can use like Death Ball. That's also an option as well. Take the hit. We got Gohan. That's pretty good. Alright, so now I got the 2-drop. So now he can swing into my leader. He can't swing into this. And I guess he can use the energy marker if he wants to blow this up or to rest or to keep it tapped. So that's up to him if he wants to do that. I don't know if that makes I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to do it that way or not. So okay, take that as a no. All right, so we're gonna charge a special beam cannon. We'll go 20 into this guy. Tap the 2 extras. And leave it at 20. What did we end up charging? We ended up charging a Roshi. Okay, cool. Got one Roshi in the drop, so we can always get that Roshi back. Now here he's got to figure out if he wants to save this or not. So he's going to save it. I'm going to combo a Bulma into this to go to 25. And that will force him to give me 2 cards because yellow doesn't have a lot of 10Ks. Like they have 10Ks, but they don't have 10Ks. Like they have very specific 10Ks like that, like Koi. But they don't have a lot. And then the valuable the valuable ones being like the Goku 4 drop, like things like that, they don't want to. We won't. We might as well. I mean, it's gonna die. It's gonna get tapped down, so we'll just tap 1 and draw another droid. Okay, cool. Got 2 droids. So next turn. Next turn is destructive strength, right? Yeah, we'll have 5. We'll use this. We'll go up to 3. We can then Hercule grab back 2 1-drops and we'll be set. Alright, so I didn't. I would have swung with the this first to tap down my 1-drop, but we didn't do that. That's okay. Takes a life. Oh, he's played the Gohan. Okay. He's playing the Gohan. This is a very good card. I think more people should be playing it. I will take that. Yeah, I mean, I got a pretty good turn. Next turn, it's, so... Alright, looks like I'm awakening this turn. Yeah, so we used our energy marker for the mighty Vegeta. So I was gonna ramp, but I think I need to clear that because I'm not taking the dual attack every turn. So I think it's what we'll end up doing. He's gonna blow this up, and I'll probably charge. Yeah, I'll have to charge one of those. Yeah. I'm not going to end up using both. We'll just combo off the Bulma, since I'm going to get it back anyways. Right? Let's get the Bulma back. Alright. So we can't restand any of these, which is great for me. So we'll charge this. We will go 20 into this guy. It's a good card. We'll just force him to give me a card. It's fine. Right, give me a 10K. Oh, so that means his hand must not be... He must have some pretty valuable cards. So we're going to play this. We're going to kill this guy because he is incredibly annoying. And then we'll swing into this. And we'll go to... we'll just leave it at 30. Leave it at 30. Make him give me a super combo. Or just let it die. It's also an option. Buddy. No, give me super combo. Okay. That's cool. Super combo. Super combo. Alright, so we're good. So then next turn, we can drop Droid. So we don't have to... I mean, we have a 2... I mean, I would say a 2 energy advantage. Kind of a 2 energy advantage. Yeah, I mean, I'm up in energy, so... Like a whole energy. So this turn... let's do a Roshi. So depending on when he plays here, my guess is 4-drop Goku. It's probably the best choice because then he can at least lock down my my Gohan. Or he can play another Majin Vegeta, I guess. That also is an option. It kind of depends. I mean, Yellow has a lot of options in this matchup to play, but he's got to be careful because I'm going into my Frieza. I mean, I'm going into my droid turn, so yeah, I'm going into my droid potential turn. So if he plays anything 3 or less, like I'm just gonna play droid and blow it up. So he's just gotta be careful. Gohan is Gohan's a 3-drop. He has to be careful of what he plays. I guess he could play a blocker. Okay. Yes, we played another Goku. Not a Goku. We played another Frieza. Not sold on that. It's actually not very good. So we're swinging into this. Maybe we have Supernova. Could be an option. Could be an option. Death Ball. Death Ball. Okay. So 35. I will gladly combo out of that. We will just give it a Hercule. Pretty easy. Yeah, we want to keep this this Gohan up. So I mean, he doesn't have anything that can tap my cards because Death Ball's only what 3 or less, right? Death Ball's 3 or less. Yeah. All right. So we are going to charge Destructive Strength. I think. Let's charge a Vegeta. The next turn we can go to 8 with this. So we're playing it a little slower than what we normally would, but it's just because of what kind of what we're being given here. So let's pop both of these, and then we'll just pressure 40 double because he's gonna have to combo out of this. So we'll get some cards out of his hand. Yeah, so next turn he can establish a double striker, which we're not in double strike range, so we're okay. Oh, he actually takes it. Okay, well, we'll just pressure then, I guess, since he wants to take it. Super combo. Alright, it's 2 super combos down. Yep, got 2 down. Not bad. What else we got in the drop here? Nothing really else of value. He's got 1 10k that we've seen. 2k, sorry, 2 10ks because Koi. He's charged to Koi, so he's down 2 of those. So next turn can actually be a really big turn for us. So for 5 energy, yeah, so for 5 energy we can establish one of 2 play lines. So we can either go Special Beam Cannon if he plays a double striker, or we can establish, we can go Destructive Strength to take us to 8, and then we can get a second, a 20k body on board that's going to draw us another card. So then we can draw potentially 3 cards next turn, 1 off of this, and then 2 off Leader Swing if he decides to combo. If he doesn't decide to combo out. So we'll see. So we're going to take this 1 because he can't double strike us this turn, so the 1 is fine. We'll take the 1. Yeah, a big thing with this game, as opposed to Masters, is just kind of knowing when you need to take damage. We'll see. He's got 8 cards in hand, so we're even on hand size. So it kind of depends on what he wants to play. He has to either play more defensively. I mean, pressuring me here, like the best card for him to play would be the 4-drop Goku. Realistically, Goku would be the best. Goku establishes a way of tapping both of these cards down, or keeping them locked down, I should say, and then that kind of forces me to play differently next turn. Because then I'd have to play this to drop. I'd have to play this to remove the Goku. So let's see what he does. All right, so he plays the Costco version, which is the Gohan. So he's gonna keep this locked down. Swing 35, swing 25 into me, and I'll just combo out of it. Yeah, we'll give you one of those. This card I'm not too worried about. We should be able to. Well, it's gonna be in active mode, so it's not amazing. All right, let's see. 2 special beam cannons. right on, man. So let's do. Let's swing 30. See if we can get some more cards out of his hand. If we take him down to 1, we'll just hand dump on a leader swing. But we'll see. We'll see what he does. Okay, so it looks like we're going to hand dump on the leader swing. So what we're going to do, so optimally, best play here is to, so if we can do this, this is 10, this is 40k combo. I mean, doing this effect doesn't actually do anything for me. So I think I need to do this. I'll grab back both of these. Play this. Dump a special beam cannon. Get 1. Play another one. Dump this. Grab that. Okay. Let's do this. Draw another card. I got a bunch of just dead stuff in my hand. Okay. Alright, let's do. So we'll swing leader. And then we'll just combo all of this. $75. So he's got, if he has 2 super combos, that's 60. Yeah, it's most of his hand. So let's see what he does. It's most of his hand. No, I mean, he also has Death Ball. Yeah, so you can tap down that. In hindsight, because I know he plays Death Ball, I should have played the 18 first and then swung with that to get an extra card out of his hand. That's okay. 35, 55, 75 with 2 super combos. Oh, yeah, 2. Okay. So he might not have a I mean, he probably has to at least have 1 super combo, right? I would assume he'd have to have at least 1. Yeah, 1. All right. Down to 4 cards. Down to 4 cards in hand. All right. Yeah, I could have got probably at least 1 more extra card out of his hand, but that's okay. So these 2 we have to combo out of, just so we're not taking double strike, because I don't want to deal with the double striker. So we're gonna for sure combo out of the leader swing. Just give him a droid. $25. $30. Give me 35. Yeah, give him 35. So this way he can drop secret rare, blow this up, swing into something else. But I also have 2 battle cards on board, so he has to do that. Or I have not seen him play the Goku, so I don't know if he actually has the Goku in his deck. He might not have it because he has the Gohan in there, so he might be his like pseudo replacement. My guess it's hard. It's hard to tell. You never really know with the client. The client just, sometimes people just don't pull the SRs, and not everybody wants to spend a ton of money on the game. So, which honorably makes sense. All right, so we play Double Striker. So we take the Double Strike swing. If he swings at us, if he swings at a battle card, we'll combo out of it. So he's gonna lock down the Double Striker, I think. It makes the most sense as a 40k. So, oh yeah, so he's swinging at a battle card. Again, this is damage control that yellow has to do. They have to kind of remove what it is that you're on board. So we do this. Just get rid of that. So he locks down the 6 strap for the turn. He's got 1 energy. Probably has another death ball in hand, my guess. He's gone through 3. So he either has a 3rd death ball or he just doesn't have anything in hand. So, all right. So charging. I think we can. Well, I mean, we're really not like the. Honestly, like, I probably don't need to charge because I'm not like me swinging a second time doesn't matter here. So we're gonna go 20k, draw a card, just get a card out of his hand, and this is just kind of textbook here at the end. You kind of have to just make him use the resources. Yeah. We'll play this. Draw a 10k. Go 35, and he probably can't combo out of that. That's my guess. No. Hey, it's cool. Super combo. Go 30. 30. 40. All right, cool. That's game. Honestly, a lot. I mean, and the one thing with the client is you can't really say that like if someone's list is optimal enough, just because again you don't really know what cards they pull. But I'm sure if he had the Goku, would be at least a little more difficult. I would have had to utilize my Gohans a little bit differently. But I mean I used it to kill his 4-drop, so it kind of worked very similar to how that matchup would go. So let's see. Got a Vegeta. So this is one of the more, say, ideal matchups for the deck. Blue, it's one of the reasons why I think this deck can be played. So we're first. We definitely want to change. Going second into blue with Gohan as our only ramp card is not ideal, considering they can just blow it up with Vegeta. But looks like we don't get a choice, so we're going to charge this. He can play a 1-drop. We will probably just pass. I don't want him to Zamasu my Bulma away. So one thing with the Bulma is this is really the only matchup where you have to like strategically use your 1 costs because they can get bottom decked and then you won't be able to recycle them with Hercule. So he's going to draw, attack. That's pretty normal. So he charges the Mai. That's interesting. So his deck's playing Mai to help him awaken. It's not a bad option. So we got a Gohan. This will be useful. Alright, so this turn we're going to play Gohan because this is going to force him to use his energy marker. Or one of 2 things. So we will charge, let's charge a droid. So let's swing leader, see what we get. So we get another special beam cannon, that's good. That's good. So we're going to slam this. Reason is, so his 2 energy here, he's either going to use 2 of it for a Videl. He can use the Goten to bounce it back to my hand, which is fine. Or he's going to use his energy marker and slam Vegeta. So, I mean, if he slams Vegeta, he slams Vegeta, but then at least we get the energy marker off of him. So let's see what he does. So he charges another Mai. So he does, it seems like he does not want to awaken in this matchup. Just not a fan of the awakening for us. Alright, so we'll take that. It's not really doing anything yet. That's like concerning. Right, so now we got a cantrip. That's good. Like the cantrip. Alright, so then he did use the energy marker. He's going to get to bounce my Gohan away. Again, like, you just kind of have to bank on that either happening or not happening. They're either going to do it or they're not. Alright, so we get another card. We get a gigantic meteor. Not ideal here because we don't have a ramp. So let's do... we'll have to charge another one of these, I think. Swing into his leader. Got another Bulma. Alright, so we have not seen a ramping mechanic yet, so that's a little unfortunate. So we'll play a Bulma, and then we'll get some cycling going on here. So we got a Piccolo. We'll play one of these. We actually will discard the Roshi to draw one. Another Piccolo, and then we'll do another Bulma, and we'll discard this Piccolo to draw a card. Okay, so yeah, we're just not seeing any of the cards. So that's fine. I mean, it happens. That happens. There are times where you're just not going to draw stuff, so that's just one of the things you gotta have to deal with. Alright, so he's going to sickle both of these probably away, which is his whole turn, basically. So he's going to swing here. We're going to combo out. Stay at 5. So here at least we do get the ramp. We can ramp off of the Piccolo that we have in our drop. So that is fine. Which will take us to 5, and then next turn we can droid. So he's going to have 4 energy, meaning he can play, at most, he can play Gohan. So. Alright. So we drew another one of those. So we will put we're going to keep this. Let's charge I need that. Let's charge a Hercule. Just because I've seen all 4 of my Bulmas now, so I know I'm not going to see another Bulma for the game, so I want to make sure I have access to these 10Ks. So let's do... We're going to swing here. And... Oh, actually, this is kind of a better option. So this actually gives us access to 3 energy, so we actually can just ramp hard for 3. And then we can keep 1 up. Yeah, we can keep 1 up. Well, we can do like a Bulma play. Alright, so he does that. Yeah, I think I like that more. Well, I actually really don't have anything to discard, so... Let's do... Let's do this. Ramp a Gohan. Alright, so we'll keep the 2 open. I really want to maximize this. So let's maximize this. It's a good chance he might bottom deck this, but alright, so we see another Gohan, so that's good. So we do got a Gohan for once we hit 8 energy. We're not going to play this Gohan until we see 8 energy, because then at least we can get the leader swing effect off of that. See what he does. So, I mean, here he could. I mean, Gohan's probably his. I would say would be his best option, but he looks like he doesn't want to play Gohan yet. So, we might pass on playing droids this turn unless he plays another like Vegeta or something, which he might. He for sure might play another one. So we got the 1 energy open just in case he plays something like a crit guy or something. So we play the crit guy. Takes his 1 life. So now, honestly, it feels probably pretty good to... We'll just use this. It's probably more than what I need to combo. I mean, it's way more than I need to combo. But the Piccolo, I kind of want to keep. I already ditched one of them. I haven't seen the other one. So everything else in my hand is super combos or dead cards. So like I said, this card also I need to keep. All right, so we're gonna play Hurt. We're gonna play. Okay, we're definitely playing droids then. Yeah, this will be a very easy turn. It's got adds back the Mai's pretty good. So take it. So we got another 1-drop. So this means we do have, and we got plenty of stuff for our Hercule. So, all right. So we will charge. Let's charge up Bulma since we have a Bulma in the drop, so we can always grab that back. We're gonna go 20 into the crit guy. See if he'll save it. Get a card out of his hand if so. Yep. So we got a card out of his hand. And then we'll slam this. Kill both of these. And then we'll go 40 into this. And technically he can save it if he wants. Alright. That died. Pass. We're at 7. So next turn we can actually reach 8 by using Gohan effect. So there's a good chance this lives. I mean, he would have to spend... he'd have to spend his entire turn trying to remove this, which I know he's not going to. So we'll have the double striker on board for next turn. We can slam Gohan, use Gohan's attack effect to ramp to 7, or from 7 to 8. Alright, so we play Secret Rare. It's got the really cool God Rare. That's nice. Alright, so we'll take the first one, we'll combo out of the second one. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Super combo. Yeah, we'll be able to remove this next turn. Yeah, pretty... I wouldn't say easily, but we should be able to move for next turn, so... Alright, so let's charge this. And then we're going to go 40 into this. This will get a super combo out of his hand. Yep. So no more super combo. So that's 1 super combo down. We'll slam this. We're gonna swing this actually into the Vegeta. We'll tap. Yep, tap those 2. And we'll combo to 30 to get another card out of his hand. All right, so he does let this die, which is good for us. Swing here. We'll draw. He will have to take this. And then we'll swing again. Take him down to 6. Draw a second card, and then we'll play Hercule. Add back some cards. So the next turn we can Piccolo and Special Beam Cannon, whatever he plays. Which he's going to play the Double Striker. Good chance. Alright, so we drew a Double Strike. It's not amazing. Hit him with this. And then we'll play this. Keep the 1-up. Just to make it look like we have Gigantic Meteor. And we'll add these 2 back. Just so I'm going to be on the defense. I'd rather have the 2 10Ks. So the next turn we can Hercule again, grab back Roshi. And then Roshi, so that's 3 energy for Roshi. So we'll have 9. So that's 3 energy for Roshi. Roshi and Hercule, and then we can tap 6 for Piccolo. Or we can just wait. So we'll see. He also might just not play anything crazy. So we're at 20. we'll just combo this off, just in case it gets bounced. I'd rather him play, I would rather him play Double Striker here to bottom deck the Gohan than bottom deck the Hercule. So, get the combo off. Alright, so we Zeno. Zeno is not amazing here for him. Because it just doesn't do anything. Like, he cleared the board of those, but now I almost have double his hand size, and he's just wasting his turn trying to clear my board. So, let's see what we draw. Another Piccolo. Okay. Another Piccolo. Charge the Piccolo. The best thing here, I think, because I can do this to get back Special Beam Cannon, but I don't want a Special Beam Cannon this. It is kind of a waste of Special Beam Cannon this. So how about let's do this. Let's do this. We'll grab back the Roshi and the Bulma. I will Bulma. Alright. Ooh, this is really good. This is super good. Okay. So we'll do 20 at leader. He'll probably take it so he can get to his awoken step. Yeah. Because at the moment, like, I've kind of just drained him of resources. So then we swing again, and we swing for 25 at the Zeno. Let's that die. Alright, so then we'll play... Oh, let's do this first. Let's play Bulma. Get an extra card. Okay, let's play 18. Let's get something else. We'll pitch the Piccolo. Piccolo's not great in this matchup because we're never gonna get the KO effect off. So, all right, so we'll swing here, and then we're actually just gonna dump all of this because this is a turn where he can Gohan, and Gohan would be really effective there. So I'd rather just get the cards out of the hand now. And then he either goes down to 3, or he just super combos out. Or gives me 2 10Ks. Yeah, there it goes. Another super combo. So it's 2 super combos down. We've gone through a secret rare, Vegeta. We've gone through no Pilafs yet, which is somewhat disheartening. I have a gigantic meteor in here, do I? Don't. I'll keep the 3 up just so he thinks I have the extra card. Sometimes it's just kind of about the mind games you can play, making them think that you have a card in hand. Alright, so we're 45 over 35k. We will do this. I'm going to keep the super combo. Yeah, I'll keep the super combo. Yeah, these two I can get one of those back if I draw another Hercule. All right, so we're gonna Vegeta here. Seems pretty typical. See what he does. Probably has a Gallic Gun in hand, or Final Hope Slash or something. My guess is okay. Yeah, okay, Final Hope Slash. So it's 55. Gallic Gun again? Gallic Gun this time? Alright, Gallic Gun. Cool. 75, or 70. Yeah, cool, we're at 70. So it's 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120? Maybe? 80? 90? 100? 110? Alright, so 110. So we're at 40, 60, 80, 100. No, I'm sorry, that's... Yes, right. We're at 90. 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 110, and 5? Yeah, 115. Okay, cool. All right. So we got this. It's pretty cool. I don't know what the option would be here. So, I mean, I really don't need both of these, so I probably have to charge one. The double striker would be better because I can at least swing over this. But then also I can make my leader a 60k and swing into this and kill it. Yeah, I think we just don't charge here. I might be able to kill him here. I think that's what I got to try to do. Yeah, let's try to kill him. Let's try to kill him. So we'll do this. I don't have enough for both of these effects, so I have to do like, I think I have to do, because he didn't combo this card in hand, so it must be a dead card. So I think he only has, he would have 10k combo in hand, right? So let's do this. That makes this easier. Yeah, let's do, yeah. Unless you do a super combo, right? I think this just kind of guarantees me the win, while the other one is a potential win. So let's do this. It's 45, so he can't combo out of that. Yeah. So no combo out. Taking down this 2. And then we drop this, and then go to 50. And, I mean, unless he has another super combo in hand, he doesn't win. Actually, he wouldn't be able to win anyways. He would need both super combos, which I doubt he has both. Yep. All right, we got it. GG. Just like that, right? You just kind of just starve the blue player out. Super simple, right?